Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Star Life. Wish I had another introduction or whatever, but this video is specifically intended for Stop Free Keene. Of course, the people who claim to, or the people who are members of what they refer to themselves as Stop, excuse me, the people that are members of Free Keene don't really want freedom. They want control. They want to wrestle power away from those who are currently in power and for them to gain power. My goodness, Stop Free Keene. If you look at the Stop Free Keene website, you'll see all sorts of comments from people that indicate, that prove the point that they don't actually want freedom. They just want to replace those who are currently in power with themselves. Anyway, so I want to say something to Stop Free Keene about Stop Free Keene. I want to like you. I want to subscribe to you, etc. My problem with you, I have one. My goodness. You look at Stop Free Keene and you look at Free Keene, and of those two organizations, Stop Free Keene, I have one problem with. One. If you would not be so derogatory toward people who believe in liberty, I'd have no problems with you. But when you try and degrade people, when you use the language you use toward people like myself and my wife and others who believe in liberty, I want nothing to do with you. Can you understand that? The fact that you expose the people who refer to themselves as Free Keene, peaceful streets, etc., you use such derogatory language that it's ridiculous. And I'm not willing to support you because of that. Because you're attacking people like myself and my wife, and I'm like, come on now. Don't be freaking doing that. You guys, Stop Freaking, make some great points. You point great things out. You expose Freaking for what they are. They're a bunch of fascist pigs. Okay? You don't have to go around using derogatory language, derogatory terminology toward the rest of us. Do you understand that? You attack Ron Paul. Ron Paul has nothing to do with the issue. Some of these, here's one of the problems with these so-called free Keene people, is they'll claim they have no need for government, they oppose the state, etc. Yet then they turn around and they vote. They turn around and they support political candidates. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You're anarchist to oppose the state, yet you support candidates, you run for office, and so forth. Yeah, I have nothing against, exposing them for what they are. They're a bunch of losers. They're bullies. Look, like the other day, for example, my wife and I are in Walmart. We're walking around. I happen to go into one aisle. Before I even got to that aisle, I noticed there were four brown shirts. One of them, a child, a little girl, flips me off. Real mature. You can't win on the basis of ideas and on facts, so you flip me off. And then, I walk by you, what, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and you flip me off. You think that's going to make me mad or something? All it does is help to prove the point that you are who I say you are. I expose you for what you are because you are what you are. It's not that I'm telling lies about you. It's that I'm telling the truth about you guys, and you don't like it. You don't like the fact that people know the truth about you. You get on Free Talk Live and wherever, and you say you believe in peaceful evolution. You're a long way from peaceful. You believe in coercion. You practice it. You sure the blank practice it. You practice coercion. You practice manipulation. Do you even understand that you're under the power, under the control of Ian Bernard? Do you understand that? You're doing what he's telling you to do. As for Stop Free Keene, if you would just stop using the derogatory language, I would support you. I, at one point, subscribed to your website, but I just saw so much derogatory terminology that I just could not take it anymore, and I unsubscribed from you. I oppose the Keene Brown shirts, the people that claim to believe in freedom and liberty, the CAC, Ian Bernard, Garrett Ian. I oppose these idiots. They're losers. They're punks. They're bullies. They're manipulators. Or at least Ian Bernard's a manipulator. But, when you when you turn around and start using the same derogatory language they use, what do you expect me to do? What do you expect others to do? I'm not going to bother with you if you're going to be as obnoxious as they are. If you would please just tone it down. Not just tone it down, but just become the people you really are, which are decent, hardworking, honest human beings. I'll resubscribe to you. I'll support you. Because the Free Keene brown shirts need to be exposed for what they are. They're violent. They're drunks. They're drug addicts. Those idiots I saw in Walmart the other day. I mean, look, they claim to have there's such a large group, yet we go into Keene. How often do we see those idiots? Once a month we see one or two of them. On occasion we see three or four of them. They're a small group, and they're trying to make others do what they want people to do. They're brown shirts. They're no different than the freaking brown shirts we had in España under Franco. I was born and raised in the third world under Franco. I know what a dictatorship is. You're just a bunch of freaking losers. That is, to the free Keeners. You don't believe in freedom. You don't believe in liberty. You know that. I've seen the violence you people commit. I've watched you beat each other up, pull guns and knives on each other. If you don't like me exposing you for what you are, then don't do those things. How hard is that? As for the people, as for Stop Free Keene, stop using such derogatory language. My goodness, you don't sound like you're any different from Free Keene. I want to support you. I want to support Free Keene. But I can't when they're going around doing the complete opposite of what they claim to believe and practice. They're violent, they're rude, they're obnoxious, they're bullies. I walked by them 4 or 5, 6 times. And all they can do is flip me off? Are you serious? Don't be the obnoxious assholes you are, and I wouldn't have to expose you for what you are.